It's like a football team said, well, 3 years ago we beat them. It makes no sense in a real-time sort of way. Yeah, you beat them 3 years ago, but this is not 3 years ago. This is now. And I didn't understand why they would adopt that line of reasoning because it made Charlotte look like an idiot.
You know, they really, like I said, they juiced up the WrestleMania card, which, you know, it's gone all along nicely with Cody and Roman, who had their first encounter on SmackDown. You have the
that was great. That was great. When he said, when I used to talk to Dusty, you know what he'd say about you? And that's an old joke in the back. It's like, you know who asked about you? Who? Nobody. And that's an old wrestler joke in the back. People do it all the time. And he said, you know what he would say about you? And he didn't say what, but he would say nothing. So, but what you're looking at in the ring, and I thought about this the other day, was Cody facing off against Roman is privilege. You hear a lot about privilege.
Yeah.
But look at Cody's ancestry. Look at Roman's ancestry. And their ancestry and their privilege got them in these spots. So I hope Cody can carry it. I hope. But who's the other big heel coming along? They got Gunther.
Yeah,
they got Gunther. And Gunther is going to be a major, major player. And I think probably they would be, if Cody goes over, which I think he will, because they need to give Roman they need to change up the landscape.
Yeah.
Now that it's changed up, and I think that he may try to get it back a couple times. And they say he wants some time off anyway. He don't work half the time anyway, does he?
He gets a couple of weeks off where he does.
Yeah, well, give me $6 million, and I only want to work like 100 days. Okay, what a deal.
The Brock Lesnar treatment. That's what they call it nowadays.
No kidding. But I think Gunther and Cody, I think they would have barn burners because Cody don't mind getting physical.
Yeah.
That's what his daddy taught him, I guess. And Gunther, he don't mind getting physical and beating your ass up either. So when you see those guys get in the ring, and I wasn't really aware of Gunther, of his effect, till I saw the Sheamus match in, what was that, Wales or Scotland? Or
Cardiff.
What was that?
Cardiff, Wales, yeah.
Cardiff, Wales. But what a great match that was, which I keep referring to him as the Johnny Valentine of this era. Because Valentine, he had a saying, you might think that wrestling's fake, but you won't think I am. And you won't. If you sit close up, him and Wahoo McDaniel, you could hear those slaps back in the dressing room. Well, maybe not through a wall, but if you were standing at the door away from the ring, I mean, they had some really brutal matches, and they would come out and they'd just be red all over. Yeah. And I'm thinking, damn, you guys are going to kill each other. They didn't give a crap.
We kind of saw a preview of Gunther and Cody in the Royal Rumble. So, you know, they do have stuff to follow up if Cody's going to win at Roman. But what I was trying to get to is that they've done an all right job with Cody and Roman. They've done an all right job with Cena and Theory setting that up on Raw last week. And then they've done a good job with, you know, Seth and Logan. What I'm trying to get to is what they haven't done a very good job with, Dutch, is the two women's titles feuds. And I think this is a subject that we've brought up, but as we get closer to WrestleMania, especially when this video comes out, we're now just weeks away from WrestleMania, and still the Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley storyline is this happened 3 years ago, we're doing it again. That's basically the story.
Yeah, well, I don't understand that. Remember, when I made the show like a month ago, 2 weeks ago. But see, Charlotte, her saying what happened 3 years ago, It didn't make sense. It's like a football team said, well, 3 years ago we beat them. It makes no sense in a real-time sort of way. Yeah, you beat them 3 years ago, but this is not 3 years ago. This is now. And I didn't understand why they would adopt that line of reasoning, because it made Charlotte look like an idiot. Really, I thought. But all they got to do with that, I think, is how many days they got? They got 3 weeks before WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think by the time this video is out, they got like 2 to 3 weeks before WrestleMania.
Well, they got Raw and they got SmackDown, which is, if you add them together, that's 5 hours a week. So they got 15 hours of TV time. So they can do something. And I think the closer we get to it and they do something, probably the better. What's the other match you were talking about, the girls?
Bianca Belair versus Asuka, which is 2 baby faces going at it. And really, it just seems like we're going down the can they coexist is the story, because their feud has been used really to big up 2 other women that are not involved in the matchup in Carmella and Chelsea Green over on Raw.
Well, they will have to do something to juice that. They got to put a little steam behind that. Okay, on night 1 of WrestleMania, have they announced the card?
No, maybe by the time this video is out, they will announce the card and we can address it on Smack Talk a little bit more.